in terms of points, in terms of numbers, is still a possibility. And while they have improved today defensively, do you feel that it is too far gone, even at this point of the season, this early on? They just don't have maybe the quality to stay up, Carlton.
They're down. The 3 teams that are there now, they're down. 100%. They don't. The problem that you've got now is there's always been a gulf. There's always been a gulf. But back in the day, you could sign a player that was of Premier League quality. The problem that you've got now with these clubs that get promoted, they've already signed the players who are not better than Championship level. So therefore, they go into the Premier League and it becomes very, very difficult. There is a gulf, you know, from league. I believe even if you're playing in the non-league, you could probably go up to League One and play. But you certainly can't go from, you know, the Championship level. If that's your level and play in the Premier League, you can't do that. So the players I see at in the bottom 3 clubs, I don't see them staying up. So I think Wolves have got better players. I think Everton have got better players. Everton will now, with the new owners coming in, will spend money. So then you're looking at who's going to go down there.
Crystal Palace are down there at the moment, aren't they?
Better players.
Yeah, exactly.
But you've got Leicester changing their manager, you've got Southampton changing their manager in terms of the newly promoted sides. Do you see Ipswich changing to try to change their fortunes? Or do you think they've pretty much settled? They know what their fate is and they expected this?
Yeah, you know, in my opinion, Ipswich are ahead of where they were planning to be at this stage. So they've just gone back-to-back promotions, haven't they? They've gone from League One into the Championship, Championship into the Premier League. You know, that doesn't happen too often, so they're ahead of the game. And I think that they've been really sensible with a lot of the signings. We heard during the game, the commentator said that within their squad, they still have 14 players who were with Ipswich in League One. Yeah. So, you know, they haven't over-strengthened, although they've brought a lot of players in and a lot of good young players. And I think that their belief is that having got into the Premier League back-to-back promotions, the chances were that they were going to get relegated. They're not going to go stupid in the money business, and if they go down again, and I'm just thinking back a few seasons ago, Burnley, when they first got promoted, they got relegated, and then they came back and stayed in the Premier League for a number of seasons. No, I think it's all well calculated at Ipswich.
But if you look at it now, right, Leicester City have changed their manager. They weren't in the bottom 3 when they changed the manager. And it's a strange one for me when you're doing all right. Apparently, senior players have gone into the chairman and said they're not happy with the manager. They've got rid of the manager, and now they're in the bottom 3. Southampton, I think he created himself a bit of problem. I don't think Russell Martin did himself any favours. He came out, he said he wasn't going to change his system. He puts himself under pressure when you're getting beat 4s and 5s and you're not going to change. You haven't got the players to play in the Premier League. I think Ipswich, out of all the teams that have gone down, they've actually, apart from a few games like your Newcastle, they've actually been in every game. They've made a fist of it. Do you know what I mean? But I believe Ipswich have been sensible in the signings that they've made.
Accepted their fate from the start, essentially.
And accepted, we'll give it a go. Yeah, if we go down, then we'll come back at the first attempt.
So, we're just about the halfway point of the season. Who is your bottom 3 at this point, knowing what has happened so far that's going to go down, you feel? Will they all 3 be the newly promoted sides?
I would say so from looking at it now, yeah.
I think which could be bad news in terms of what Premier League looks like, because last season all 3 newly promoted sides went down as well. And it's going to be 2 years back-to-back now.
But that's how difficult it is, and that's why teams like Ipswich, if you box clever, I think like Gary said, I think they're ahead of the programme. So they come up this year, they don't spend too much money. They take a big pot of money back with them to the Championship with a team that's more experienced, a manager that's more experienced. They can go and buy stronger players in the Championship, get themselves back up next year full of confidence. They know what to expect the season after. And like Burnley, maybe they can stay in for a while. But I think that's all part of the plan, that you come up, you experience it, you get a pot of money, you go back down, you re-strengthen, and then you come back up and you're more prepared.
All 3 newly promoted sides to go down?
For me, yes.
I think so, yes.